Hello, and I'm your still life cynic, being cynical one frame at a time. When I was younger, I liked a lot of shit that could barely be considered serviceable by fanfiction standards. Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, motherfucking Blue's Clues. However, one of the most memorable, possibly because for some reason I still like it today, is Dragon Ball Z. For those who are unaware, Dragon Ball Z is a parade of overly roided burly men who enjoy prancing about half naked and ripping through their own clothing using only the power of their flexing muscles. All in all, this sounds like something any young impressionable boy would fall into. Manly fighting and big explosions appeal very directly to the underdeveloped male brain. That is to say, manly fighting and big explosions directly appeal to the male brain. However, I would like to take the time to look at the series itself through an artistic standpoint and realize that my affinity for the show is completely unwarranted. The show centers upon Goku, who is a mentally retarded man-child who likes to eat a lot and punch green people in the face. Look at that, I'm interested already. Goku is a Saiyan, which is an alien or something that hails from the planet Vegeta. Saiyans are apparently a race of warriors who raise entire motherfucking planets in order to sell them to hiring clients. This immediately raises an important question. Why do Saiyans burn fucking planets before selling them to a client? What the hell does a dead planet do for anybody? All the resources are gone, all the people are dead, and most likely all the buildings are nothing but smoldering rubble. It would be a much more profitable situation if the Saiyans invaded a planet, enslaved the entire population, and sold them in the intergalactic black market, but hey, what do I know? Then again, this is anime I'm talking about here, so I shouldn't expect this to make too much sense. I expect hate mail from every weeaboo who happens to stumble upon this video. So Goku is sent to Earth because when he was born, his power level, which I will get to later, is only 2, which is apparently piss poor and makes him weak as shit. So the only planet fit for him to conquer is one filled with bumbling retards. Yay for the human race, am I right? So the Saiyans send their little failure hurtling towards Earth as a baby, where he is found by a kindly old pedophile named Grandpa Gohan, who has about zero experience with children, which subsequently causes him to drop baby Goku on his thick fucking head, effectively erasing his malicious Saiyan nature from his tiny, mutilated brain. This turns Goku into a naive little fucking twat who continuously struggles for great justice, a crusading moral fag with no real sense of character at all besides, hey, look at me, I'm a fucking hero, or as I call it, Beowulf syndrome. Since childhood, Goku trains to be a strong martial artist for some reason that is not really worth explaining to any great length, because honestly, I don't feel like it. It would also be important to note that all Saiyans are born with tails, and by tails, I mean fucking monkey tails. So all throughout Dragon Ball, the series that covers exclusively Goku's childhood, he has an obnoxious fucking tail wagging everywhere. This is until his companions realize how faggy it makes him look and decide to remove it. Moving on, both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are never-ending bukkake messes of Goku encountering the strongest villain yet, and then poning said villain after numerous fails. Other important characters include Gohan, Goku's son named after his grandfather, Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans, and that's pretty much it, I guess. I mean, there's Vegeta's son Trunks, but fuck him, he's really only important for one saga. Really, none of the other characters besides Goku really amount to anything besides filler. Whenever a big, burly, evil genocidist comes along with ambitions to destroy the Earth for a no-doubt arbitrary reason that is full of fail, Goku swoops in with a really cool technique you just learned and shoots laser beams out of his huge cock. At least 5 villains in the series fall victim to Goku's super cool spirit bomb technique, in which he uses power from everyone in the universe to vaporize one fucking guy and then take credit for the kill like a cunt. And this is just the beginning of this rant. If I may reach back a couple of paragraphs, DBZ also has things called power levels. Power levels are numerical representations of how strong someone is. For example, Goku has a power level of 7,000. Vegeta has a power level of 6,000. If these two cocks were to engage in battle, who would win? Well, Goku, of course. To put it into perspective, the average human has a power level of about 5, so these assholes who have levels like 10,000 and 12,000 are basically motherfucking gods. Later on in the series, when the power levels reach astronomical figures like 150 million, no shit, the whole concept of these stupid numbers becomes extremely ridiculous. Not only that, but they tend to fluctuate constantly during battle. so it becomes increasingly obvious that these numbers have absolutely no fucking meaning at all. The villains in the series are a hodgepodge of various species and dickery, but they all seem to have the same motivation: to ventilate the earth and make it into a giant floating slab of Swiss cheese. Frieza is the first major villain to grace the series with his 4 superfluous forms, plus his 100% full power form, and his strangely effeminate voice. His main motivation is to conquer Earth for his galactic dynasty. For what seems like 1,000 episodes, we see Goku and company coming to blows with Frieza's hopelessly faggy Ginyu Force, who pose every 3 fucking seconds. The Ginyu Force getting systematically fucked in the butt, Frieza being uber powerful, being defeated, and then progressing into his next, even stronger form, and then the cycle repeating. It is literally almost a chore to watch, since we have to sit through the characters powering up, which takes at least a millennia to complete, cutting to pointless and piss-poor dialogue, and seeing Goku stuff his face full of fucking rice balls. Finally, after all that bullshit is over, we finally get to see a fight, which lasts about 3.5 seconds before the show abruptly cuts to end credits. As a child, I remember feeling somewhat empty at the end of an episode of DBZ, and now I realize it must have been because I watched to see an epic cool fight, but was instead treated to men valiantly battling their constipation, and the token female character bending over to reveal her panties at some point. Though these activities could be construed as entertaining, it definitely doesn't warrant a half-an-hour fucking cartoon show. After Frieza made all of the characters of the show suck his dick one by one, Goku finally shows up and turns into what is known as a Super Saiyan. What is the difference between a regular Saiyan and a Super Saiyan, you ask? Well, this is it. A Saiyan, a regular Saiyan, is a physically fit man with dark hair and dark eyes. A Super Saiyan is a superior being in every way and facet, and he has blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is an intentional Aryan overtone, but it certainly seems so to me. Yay for Nazis, I guess. After turning into a Super Saiyan, Goku's power level is something along the lines of 53 bagillion, and he can move faster than the speed of light. This, of course, enables him to fart on Frieza and send him hurtling into the motherfucking sun. Thank God Goku was there to save the day. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well geez, this series must be over. I mean, Goku has achieved powers that practically suggest omniscience. There can be no possible villain to challenge him. Well, you would be retarded, because this Raw shitfest has 12 more sagas left. I shit you not. There's at least 1,000 more hours to go in this series, and that is a conservative estimation. While Frieza was indeed meant to be the last villain, according to the creator, so many anime fags and weeaboos bawled for more that the creator went on to write 12 more fucking sagas. Motherfuck! The character of Goku was so broken by now that in order to come up with villains powerful enough to face him, they had to make characters powerful enough to sneeze and blow half the fucking universe away. So Super Saiyan became a form only fit for those who enjoyed dicks in their butt. So they came out with Ascended Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and yes, Super Saiyan 4. All of these new forms caused Goku not only to become the strongest character in the series, but besides Superman, he became quite possibly the strongest fucking character ever created. So much so that he could exhale softly through his nose, and subsequently caused space-time to collapse upon itself and destroy existence. Seriously, this shit got pretty unfathomable. I mean, we all knew the formula at one point, but we kept watching, and I kept watching, waiting for the episode where Goku flew unfazed in the heavens and Falcon punched God in the face. Another epic fail on the part of the series can be summed up in one word: Vegeta. Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans and Goku's greatest rival, but despite this, the writers and creators seem to do their best to make his existence completely inconsequential. This is a shame, because Vegeta was the only anti-hero in the whole series. However, his character is barely ever developed until the end. He slowly becomes less of a dick, but whenever he is asked to do something for the benefit of everyone else that seems slightly faggy to him, he tells everyone to gargle his balls. I mean, the trait of it at first seems kind of badass, but having to watch Goku and company try to convince Vegeta to lend his power or fuse or whatever for 3 fucking hours, all the while Vegeta refusing on the grounds of principle, is flat out annoying. I mean, I get it. You're a stubborn, prideful prick. Now can you please just do as we ask and save the fucking world? Of course, Vegeta finally gives in when the whole friggin' planet's about to be sucked into a black hole, so the writers can maintain some kind of bullshit sense of suspense, which is completely undone by the fact that everyone knew it was going to happen anyway. Probably because we've seen the same recycled scenario about 4 times already. Also, Vegeta as a character has the IQ of a fucking cerebral palsy victim. He's the one who gets Frieza to use 50% of his true power. It is him who enables Cell, another baddie, to attain his perfect form. And it's him who releases the walking abomination Majin Buu out of his fucking prison to initiate the Holocaust. So all of you out there who actually like Vegeta should probably take into account that he was and never will be as strong as Goku, while at the same time was the largest amount of fail rolled up into one character in the whole entire series. I would like to wrap up this little review with an overview of my favorite character in the show, Piccolo. Piccolo is a green dude with antennae and pink bicep muscles. He was one of the weakest characters in the show, especially later on in the series. He still manages to be mighty badass with a side of chips, which is also refreshing because Vegeta's badassery often fell flat on its own fucking face. Piccolo's actually amounted to useful things sometimes. He's gotten his ass mortally kicked the most times out of any other character besides Krillin, who basically serves as the show's punching bag. What sets him apart from Krillin is the fact that he had massive balls of steel, while Krillin was nothing more than a blubbering puss bag, who would deliver 3 punches before failing into contact with a destructo disc and getting pwned. Piccolo actually tried. Sure, he was spanked like a newborn child most of the time, but at least he didn't take it lying down. For example, he fought Frieza like a champ. I mean, Frieza basically sawed his balls off, but that doesn't really matter, because Piccolo can just grow that shit back. Yeah, Piccolo has the wonderful power of regenerating any lost limbs, which is pretty, fucking hilarious. However, one cool character doesn't make up for an offensive payload of shit that is this show. Damn! I'm out of time. Still have a lot more to say about this, but I guess I should start paying attention to things that actually matter. I'm your still life cynic, being cynical, one frame at a time.